Hello, children. How are you all? Hope you all are fine. Kindly remove your textbook, page number 17. If you observe these plants, what do you find? These plants, they are enjoying the music. And what type of music? See, when the rock music is played, this is the reaction of the plants. And when classical music is played, this is the reaction of the plants. That means what we understand from this, that yes, the plants really, the music has the impact on the plants. Even it has been already proved by Jagdish Chandra Bose, a scientist, that the plants respond to music. It is said that cows give more milk if they listen to good music. Our folklore is full of instances of snakes swaying in the music played by snake charmers. Even we had heard the story of Tansin when he used to sing various ragas. So, definitely the impact of music is not only on the human beings, as human beings also, when they're stressed out, when they are happy, when they are sad, they all listen to music. So let's see in this story what is stored in for us. Revathi's musical plans. Now this chapter, it is a short and sweet story which tells us about the response of the plants to the music and reveals that like us, they too enjoy music. Revathi was student of music. That means she was learning music. She was happy playing on her violin whenever she was free. There was a small open courtyard in front of her house with a small cement bench. She would sit on the bench and practice on her violin. There were a few potted plants in the courtyard. She was learning music and she felt very happy when she played the violin, and whenever she got time, she used to sit in the courtyard on the small cement bench and then practice her violin. And there were few potted plants also in the courtyard. While playing violin, one day she noted a pot of balsam. That means the plant which is threw away carelessly. Nobody is there to take care of that plant near the wall. The plants were not looking normal. They had pale green leaves and their growth was stunned. That means the growth was stopped. She remembered she had learned in her lower classes that plants need light for normal growth. She shifted the pot to the center of the courtyard where there was ample light. While shifting the pot, an idea struck Revathi. Why not participate in the best plant contest, which was to be held in her colony a few weeks later? Then and there she decided to participate, thus making up her mind. She watered the plants and sat down on the bench and started playing her violin. She was very fond of raga Mohanam. She played the raga for some time and then went in for her studies. In the first two paragraphs, it has been explained that she was learning music and whenever she got time, she used to sit on the small bench and then listen to the music. And one day she noticed that there was a plant which was being not taken care of, and then she picked up that plant and then she decided to shift it to the where there is a ample light is there, because in her lower classes in her childhood she had learned about that when the plants get ample light and been taken care of, they grow very well. And then while shifting the plant, she also got an idea that in her colony there is a competition, there is a contest or the best plan. So she thought that she will participate in that competition. And her best raga and which she played, she was very fond. Fond means what? She liked to play that raga. That was Mohanam. Whenever we are learning any kind of music, there are certain notes, there are certain ragas, and everyone likes the raga according to their choice. Every day, Revathi would sit on the bench, watch her potted plants. They were growing well and looking healthier than other plants in far end of the courtyard. Looking healthier means the plants are being compared with the other plants. One day, as she was playing, she noticed a movement in her potted plants. They were slowly moving their stems, bending slightly towards her. She wondered why they were moving as there was no breeze. It struck her as odd. So as usually, she was sitting there, but one day she observed that her plants, they were growing well than the other plants, and then when she was playing the music, the stems were moving and bending towards her. And why she was surprised? She was astounded. She was surprised and she wondered what is happening. So it struck her as odd, means she found something very strange, something very unusual. The next evening too, she played on her violin as usual and watched the potted plants with care. After some time, the previous day, there was a definite movement in her plants. They all bent towards her. This astonished and surprised her. That day also there was no breeze. Revathi sat on the bench and played a different tune, one with a quick rhythm. She suddenly saw all plants turn away from her as though they did not like what she was playing. So in the next day evening also, she played violin as usual, and after some time, like the previous day, she again saw the movement of the plant, that is, the stems bending towards her and moving towards her. Then she thought that let me see if I play some other different tune or some other different rhythm. So when she started playing a different rhythm, she observed, which was really very strange, that the plants where the movement was reversed, instead of moving towards her, the plants moved away from her. In this picture, if you observe, see while she was playing the violin, the as she used to play Mohanam Raga, the plants enjoyed that music and they were bending towards her. Then she started playing her favorite tune again and the plants slowly straightened themselves and bent towards her. Her surmise became a certainty. Her plants loved to hear her favorite tune. Now, what do you mean by surmise? Something we are assuming, something we suppose that it is true. Earlier, we were not sure. We were only, our assumption was there. But then it was proved when she started playing the same raga, the plants turned towards her. So it became definite that yes, the plants also loved the music. She also loved the same music. She kept the knowledge a secret. Now, what was her intention at this time? Till this time, it was not known. But what she thought, what monologue was going in her mind, she kept the knowledge a secret. She did not tell anyone, not even her mother. There were only a few days left for the prize distribution. To her surprise, Revathi found her potted plants not only taller and healthier than other balsam plants, but also they had started flowering a few days earlier than the other plants. The flowers were big and brightly colored, and one of the plants had an unusual kind of flower. Now, what she thought that instead of telling to anybody, she thought to not to share this knowledge or secret with anybody. And then she found a big surprise for her that uh, her plants, they not only grew taller and healthier than the other balsam plants, but also they started flowering, and the flowers which began to bloom not only not only came earlier, but also a kind of the flower which grew. It was really unusual, not seen, not common plant, not common flower. The flowers were mauve with the white strips. Now, what do you mean by mauve? It is a kind of a pale purple color. That evening, she knew she would definitely get the prize for the best plants. She went to bed dreaming of her plants and the new types of flowers. The next day was the all important day. She got up in the morning and went straight to the courtyard to see her plants. Revathi blinked for a few minutes. Blink when you close and open your eyes, blinking your eyes. That means you blinked for a few minutes, for there was neither the pot nor the plants. She could not believe that there was a pot nor there were plants. She looked to see if someone had moved the pot. She searched all over. She began to look for her plants here and there. She asked her mother. Her mother said she knew nothing either about the pot or the plants. Some of the neighbors had been to their house the previous afternoon and had remarked at the beautiful flowers and healthy looking plants in the pot. But later she had been busy inside the house and had not been to the courtyard. Now, as soon as she got up, she could not believe that her plants are not there, and she searched and even she asked her mother that has she seen the pot or the plants, but the mother said she had no idea about the pot or the plants, but a day before, that means the previous afternoon, that day, in the previous means one day before, only some neighbors had came and they had commented that the flowers were very beautiful and even they were looking very, very healthy. But afterwards, she was busy in her household work and and then she had not been gone to courtyard. So she said she did not had any idea about the pot or the plants. So we find what that it was because of her music which she played for the plants. The plants began to bloom. The plants looked more healthier than the other plants. So we are going to conclude the rest part of this story in the next part. Hope you all have understood till here that how the plants respond to the music. We'll be continuing the half part in the next class. Thank you, children. God bless you all.